Hi, welcome back to the Love Luxury YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about this very special piece in front of me, which doesn't come around very often, and this is called the Patek Philippe Nautilus. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment. Welcome back to the Love Luxury YouTube channel. Here we have it, the spectacular Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990-1r-001. This is the rose gold blue dial Nautilus, and this was brought out in 2021. Let's have a closer look. Here it is, guys, the daddy of all Patek watches. This is the Nautilus, and this is the 2021 rose gold model with the blue sunburst dial. I'm just going to take it out of the box and give you a close-up of just how fantastic and spectacular this watch really is. As you can see, the watch is wrapped, and that is to ensure that there are no scratches occurring while it's in our care here before it moves on to its next new owner. And just look at this spectacular piece of time craftsmanship made by Patek Philippe. The casing has been integrated into the strap to give it this completely streamlined look for sleekness and sophistication. I know this is covered up by a lot of plastic, but again, we don't want to scratch this watch. It really is worth a ton of money, and I'm not taking that personally on board if any accidents happen, so I'm making sure that no accidents occur. As you can see here, we have the double deployant clasp covered with the Calatrava cross here. So when you open and close the strap, the Calatrava cross is whole. We have the chronograph push buttons here at 2 and 4 o'clock. We also have the reset pushers here on 9 o'clock. And if I just move this one back, you can see that the skeleton hour hand is visible. If I want to, I can cover that back up again with the local hour. So as you're traveling and you're moving through time zones, you can move the hour forward. We then have local and home boxes here. So the white showing means that this is daytime AM, and if it moves on to, let's see if we can get it round. If it moves on to, there we go, moves on to the blue, that means it's nighttime. So as you're moving through the time zones, you can see what the local and home time zones are, whether PM or AM, as shown here. So the watch doesn't have a moving seconds keeper for the continual time, and that can be set with the chronograph settings. And this watch is not wound up at the moment, but this will spin around, keeping for the chronograph. And if you need to, you can reset the flyback chronograph in seconds with this button just here. The watch has got rose gold hands and rose gold hour markers, and the local time hour and minute hands and the hour markers have got luminescence for nighttime use. This really is a spectacular watch. I cannot express to you just how fantastic and beautiful that this watch is to hold. It really is the ultimate in watch and timepieces, and we just feel so blessed when we get pieces like this in here at Love Luxury. Don't forget that anything we show on our videos are actually available to purchase here at Love Luxury in Knightsbridge, and you can see we take the utmost care with the timepieces that come in. We wrap them, we make sure that they are well looked after and that they are moving on to their new home in exactly the same condition they came into us here. The Nautilus really does have a much more hand finished look to it, and that's because it is more hand finished, very much more so than the Aquanaut. Now I'm looking at the watch, I'm holding the watch, I'm seeing the watch. It really is spectacular. This is definitely a watch to behold if you are a Patek Philippe fanatic, or if you are a watch collector. This is the ultimate, and honestly the finish on this is spectacular. I keep saying spectacular, I keep saying amazing, because there are no other words to describe just how special this watch is. So I just touched on that this is 40.5 millimeters. It's also 12.5 millimeters from thickness measurements. Also, we have on the dial the chronograph sub-dial that indicates the date, and here at 6 o'clock we have the sub-dial that indicates the time around to track chronograph minutes. I know you can't see it very well. I don't want to unwrap it. I don't want to take any risks, but we have this skeletonized back that shows all of the inner workings of the watch, and also has a sapphire back. This particular movement works on 4 Hertz. I've turned all the lights off, and you can see just how crisp and clear that luminescence is on those hands and the hour markers. Absolutely fantastic, and you cannot deny just how well made and beautiful this watch is. Going back to the hand finish on this watch, this rose gold watch is a combination of brushed and polished rose gold, and you can see just how spectacularly dress-like this sports watch looks. And even with its 12.5 millimeters in thickness, you could definitely pull this watch off underneath a suit or a shirt. This strap is a combination also of brushed and polished rose gold. In case you've never seen one, this is a Patek Philippe outer box. It has this beautiful design on the top with the Patek Philippe logo and Calatrava cross on the top. And then I'm just going to open it up for you. And then underneath, inside, we have the lovely soft microfiber covering that encases the box inside. So I'm just going to show you there. So you would slide your box out. So I'm just going to slide that out. At the bottom of the box, as you can see, these are your papers. So this is your certificate of authenticity, which has all of the relevant details of your watch on it, but also a booklet here. And also inside here, if I can pull it out, there we go, is the little pin screwdriver there to make any alterations you need to make on your watch. And then inside the microfiber, as I said, we have this beautiful, beautiful wooden box with a fantastically shiny lacquer finish. You can see with the Calatrava cross, it actually has the beveled edges the same as the watches do. And then we have the metallic closure that states Patek Philippe on there too. So I'm just going to open this up, and inside it's made of cream suede with the Patek Philippe logo at the Calatrava cross and the void there for your watch to sit on display should you want to display it in your house when you're not wearing it. And this really is a beautifully engineered box. It just goes to show that when you spend so much money on a fantastic timepiece, they really do give you an amazing box to keep your watch in. We're also very lucky that this particular watch came with this box. Now, you don't get to see these very often, and the reason is because this is what the watches come from the factory to the retail store in. They are sealed, and you can see there it has the controlled sticker there, and that basically means that the watch has been quality controlled. Then it's placed inside here. I'll just show you. It's placed inside here on this foam padding, and it is very well protected. And then this is what it arrives at the AD or the manufacturer retail store in. I'm just going to slide that back in. Now, for many collectors, having this little box, which looks like nothing, is a very massive bonus. And we are so lucky that this particular model came with this box. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment. In the 1970s, the Patek Philippe team were watching the AP Royal Oak rise in popularity and fly off the shelves. They wanted to create a watch that far surpassed the Royal Oak. They wanted to make something that was special, was made of fine materials, and blew the AP Royal Oak out of the water. That was their plan. The original Nautilus was designed actually by the same watch designer that designed the AP Royal Oak, hence why you can see that there is something about it that you can say is very similar in its essence from the Nautilus to the Royal Oak. So how did the Nautilus come about? The designer was called Gerald Genter. Now, he was at the Basel and he was sat in a restaurant by himself having dinner, and he was sat across the way from Patek Philippe team. Now, he must have thought to himself, now's my chance. I need to get in the door and provide them with a design that they can use that can rival the Royal Oak. And that's exactly what he did. He sat down in that restaurant, asked for a piece of paper and a pen, and he sketched out what was the original Nautilus design. He did it in less than 5 minutes. This guy was a true genius at designing watches. It's been reported that the influence for the Nautilus is the porthole on transatlantic liners, and you can kind of see where they're coming from when people suggest this. The name for the Nautilus watch was taken from Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and the submarine that was called the Nautilus that was captained by Nemo. The first Nautilus was introduced in 1976. It was 42 millimeters in dimensions and 7.6 millimeters thick. It was a very slim but statement piece of its time. The Nautilus was designed with 4 screws in the case that enabled the watch to become more resistant to water the further down in water pressure you became. It has 120 meters water resistance. The father of this particular model, the Travel Time Companion, was actually first brought out in 2014, again at Basel. As I've said before, this exact model was released in 2021. This was released full rose gold with this sunburst blue dial that does shimmer in the light. It really is absolutely spectacular. When the first Nautilus was released in 1976, it would have set you back $3,100, and today this watch would set you back approximately $97,000. The current market value for this watch is between £300,000 and £400,000. Now, we are in July of 2022. However, a few months ago when we had that massive watch boom, this watch was selling for up to £500,000. That's a huge amount of money for a watch and a massive investment on your watch if you manage to get it at retail. To round it up, this watch is one of a kind. It truly is absolutely amazing. When this came into Love Luxury, I was blown away. It really is something that all watch dealers aspire to having in their collection, in their shop, and able to sell to the public. And we've got one here at Love Luxury. Don't forget that anything you see on our videos is available for sale at our Knightsbridge branch on Beauchamp Place. Thank you so much for joining us here at Love Luxury today while we spoke about this absolutely amazing piece of craftsmanship and horology and history not to mention. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment.